Hi and welcome back to the 7 Steps to Financial Freedom course. This is part 3 of 7 and I am Jim Pugh. So I hope you're doing alright. There has been another 2 courses, part 1 and part 2. You should have ticked them off by now. If you haven't seen them, it might be worth going back to the beginning to watch them. But if you already know about the mindset to how to make money and paying off your debt using the snowball and avalanche methods, maybe you're already ready for the emergency fund part and you don't need to watch them. But you could still learn something, so they still might be worth watching. But if not, let's carry on and see what we're going to learn today. Create an emergency fund. We're going to learn what is an emergency fund, where to park your money, how much is enough, when to use your money, and other saving methods and what's up next. So, what is an emergency fund? Basically, it is an easy place to access your money at short notice to pay off the little surprises life presents rather than borrow from friends or use credit cards or get into debt. Remember, the whole aim of this financial freedom is never to pay interest. What isn't an emergency fund? It's not a place to take money to spend on normal things like living expenses, holidays and extravagant purchases. An emergency fund should be at least £1,000, but ideally you want 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in case for any reason you lose your income or you have some unexpected costs. Moving on. Where to put your money? Now, what you don't want to do is put your money in a place where you can't access it. So you need to put it in a place called like an easy access savings account. I would recommend, you can get ones with higher interest that lock up your money for longer, but I use a Monzo saving pot. So I've got a Monzo bank. I have a Barclays bank and I send my money to my Monzo. And in my Monzo, I have a separate savings pot. What that is I think it gives you like my savings account in my Barclays, standing savings account in Barclays gives you something like 0.25%, which is poor. All interest rates at the moment in this, especially in this climate in June 2020, is they're very low at the moment. So 0.25 is pretty poor in my opinion. So I decided to put it in a Monzo savings pot, which offers 0.6%. But the only stipulation with that was that the money is locked up for 1 business day. So if you have an emergency on a Friday, you won't be able to access the money on a Monday. But because I have credit cards, which I only use for emergencies really, or if I want to get points and pay them off straight away. Because remember, if you watch the last lesson, credit cards are a tool. They're a dangerous tool, but if you use them right, they can be very effective. So if I had an emergency on a Friday and I couldn't cover it with my normal funds, I would probably use a credit card, and then I would, at the same time, I would withdraw money from my Monzo pot for the 6% interest one, and then I would wait till the Monday when the money was released, and I would use that to pay off my credit card if I needed to. So where else can you put your money? You can put it under the bed or in a safe in your house. It's probably more secure in a bank account at the moment, but yeah, that's pretty much so. The main part of it is you just need to make sure you can easily access your money in the case of an emergency. So how much is enough? Well, that totally depends on many things, like what is your acceptable lifestyle, how secure is your job, your income and your expenses. Now I'm now going to show you quite a funny example using spreadsheets of Bob and Alice and how they looked at their budgets and how they decided to make their emergency fund and how they were a bit disheartened at first. But when they watched my part 1 and 2 of this course, they learned the techniques from that, and that's how they could do it. But let's go. Okay, so as you can see, if you can read this on your screen, it says Bob Scared. I've got 4 tabs for Bob and 4 tabs for Alice. And if you want to try and guess if Bob and Alice had anything to do with each other in real life, let me know in the comments. Okay, so here's Bob's budget. He gets paid, Bob is a soldier in the British Army. His wages are £2,200 a month. And that is his only income at the moment. He pays £350 for his child support, £53 for his phone, £27.50 for his internet, £200 a month on fuel, £150 on groceries and food. He also pays £8 a month for a work club that he's a member of at work. He pays £14.58 for his home insurance, £19.21 for his accident insurance. His mortgage is £500 a month. His council tax, because he owns a house, is £150 a month. He pays Netflix $8.99 for 2 screens, Spotify standard $9.99, Audible $7.99 because he loves music. He likes to watch Netflix series on there, and he likes to listen to audiobooks on his way home or in the gym. He also has Amazon Prime, which works out about £6.58 a month if you've got the full package, which is $79.99 a year. And he saves £200 for his holidays. He spends about £200 on drinking and eating out takeaways a month. He spends £50 a month on clothes, £43 on electric, £30 on gas, £20 on water, £25 on angels and hunks, because he gets free access to the gym in the army, but there's loads of blokes in there and he likes to look at women because he likes to see, what sort of women are on offer. So he goes to a civilian gym called Angels and Hunks and he likes going there. But he doesn't go there very often. He's also got a Cineworld Unlimited. He used to go once a week, but now he only goes once or twice a month, if that. That was £18.40, and he's got a subscription to Max Muscle Protein. So that's a total outgoing of £2,112.23, and he's got the income of £2,200 a month, which only leaves him with £87.77 to save towards an emergency fund. So if he was to keep his current habits, what he's doing at the moment, it would take him 6 years or 72 months to save if all these were included in his emergency fund, to save 6,336, or it would take him 12 years to save, or 144 months to save 12,673. Now that is unacceptable. If he wants to become financially independent, this is only one of the steps. So taking that long to save the emergency fund is going to be ridiculous. So he needs to look at his budget and highlight things that are essential, because only essential things are needed in an emergency fund. So he's highlighted all of these and he's left out Netflix, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Prime, holiday savings, because he doesn't want to go on holiday until he's got at least an emergency fund in case anything happens on holiday. Entertainment, he's kept that in. Electric, gas and water. He said he can't live without entertainment. And then all of a sudden he's now got, we go on the next page to find out what difference that makes. Now he's got £644 spare a month, but that's if he doesn't have anything extra. So this is like bare minimum at the moment. So that would take him about 0.68 years to save his 3 month amount there. But this is still not realistic, because this is not including things that he might want to add to it, and he hasn't even decided what he's going to get rid of and what he's going to keep yet. And it's going to take him 1.3 years to save for an emergency fund for 6 months worth of expenses. So that's still quite a lot. So we're going to go to Epic Bob now. So Epic Bob, he's now decided that to ring the CSA to find out if he can reduce his child support. He rang them, but unfortunately they charged him, fortunately for the children, they charged him an extra £10 a month. So he was like, oh my god, I failed at the first hurdle. But then he rings his phone company, finds out that he's due an upgrade, but instead of getting an upgrade, he keeps his current phone and goes on a SIM-only contract for £20 a month with exactly the same what he was getting before. So he's got infinite data, texts and everything else. In fact, no, he's got more data than normal than he had. He's got infinite data, he only used to have 30 gig before. So basically he saved there. Entered down to $18.99 a month by shopping around. He's going easier on the gas and he's not as travelling as much. So he saved £50 a month on fuel. So he started to try a little bit of intermittent fasting, and he's trying to save money by buying whole foods instead of wasting it on microwave meals and stuff like that. His work club he couldn't change. His home insurance he got a better deal on. His accident insurance he got a better deal on. His mortgage, he remortgaged his house because he's past his 5-year deal, but he didn't bother remortgaging. He saved himself over £100 a year doing that. A month, sorry. His council tax remained the same, £150. Entertainments, he decided to only go out with half as much, has half as many takeaways and half as much drink, so he saved 50% on that. Yeah, so his electric and gas, he's now gone with he's done a comparison. He's got rid of the gas now, but he's now with the same company. So instead of costing him $43 and $30, it's costing him £60 a month for both. So he's done a combination deal, and he's also his water hasn't changed, but he's managed to add Netflix back. So he was missing his Netflix, and he kept his Amazon Prime for next day delivery, and he watched the program on Amazon Prime. Anyway, now he's made all these changes, cut out some stuff. He's now been able to save £964 a month, and he would need, for his 3 month and his 6 month, he needs £4,305.18 for his 3 month, and now he needs for his 6 month £8,610 for his 6 month emergency fund. That now, with all this extra money, if he was going to put all that extra into a month, it would only take 0.37 or 4.4 months. So as you can see, it would only take 0.37 years, which is 4.4 months, to save up for his 3-month emergency fund, and it would take 0.74 of a year, which is 8.9 months to save for a 6-month emergency fund. That is a massive difference compared to what he had at the beginning, which was 6 and 12 years. So as you can see, by making a few changes and making a few sacrifices, you can easily save up for a 6-month emergency fund in less than a year. Now let's go for Alex's example, because we're not sexist here. We'll go for the female example. So Alice's budget. Alice earns £2,000 with the child support and everything else, she earns £2,033.70 a month. That's including wages. She works at Tesco's during the day. She has child support of £350 and she has £89.70. Our outgoings are childcare £250, a phone for herself £20. She's got Hunter, he's her oldest son, he's 16, he pays £20, and Crystal is 10 years old, she has to pay for hers as well, that's another £20. So that's 3 phones within the family. The internet's £22 a month, she's got the cheap deal, but it's not very fast. The fuel, she spends only £60 a month because she doesn't really go anywhere outside the town very often. Groceries, £300 a month to feed 3 people. Zumba classes, she spends £20 on. Home insurance, £14.58. Family life insurance, £50. Rent is £350 for her. Council tax is £130. Netflix, £8.99. Holiday savings, she saves £100 for holidays. Entertainment's £150. That's takeaways, eating out, family trips. Clothes, she spends £100 on herself and the kids every month, roughly. Electric's £50. Gas is £40. Water's £23. Crystal's riding class, she goes pony riding for £200 a month. Fanny's fortunes is basically, she goes to see a fortune teller with a mate and have a glass of wine and a chat every month to find out what's going to happen in the future. And then she goes to Tums and Bums class to try and tone up her bum and a tum for £29.99 a month, which is part of a gym membership sort of thing where she gets to do that. So as you can see, she's only got £51.14 left every month. She's pretty much in it, so sometimes even her overdraft in a month, and she's pissed off she's got no extra money to save. So she's thinking, oh my god, I've got no chance of saving up for emergency fund because I'm going to need £5,000, nearly £6,000 for a 3-month note, nearly £12,000 for a 6-month. So it's going to take me 116 months to save for the 3-month, or 9.7 years, or 233 months, or 19.44 years for a 6-month one. It's unrealistic. I'm just no, I can't do it. But then she does my courses, but it's like she's missed the first one about the mindset, because she's got no debt here, but her mindset isn't tuned in. So it's like she's only done the second. She's missed the first course and started at course 2, so she should have started at course 1. Anyway, so she's done the same thing as Bob. She's highlighted what she thinks are essential, which is childcare, phone, Hunter's phone, Crystal's phone, internet, fuel, groceries, home insurance, family life insurance, rent, council tax, electric, gas and water. She hasn't highlighted the most essential ones, and then find out what difference that would make if she could get rid of all the non-essentials. She's just found out she's now got an extra £540 a month, which now means she can get the 3-month one within 0.69, pretty much 7 months, which is 0.69 years, which is 8.32 months. And for the 6-month one, which would be nearly £9,000, she would need to save up for 1.3 years and 16 months. So she thinks, oh my god, that's still not good enough. So on her Epic tab, she now makes some changes. She used to, for working at Tesco's, she used to get 1,600, but now instead of doing a day shift, she does a sort of a night shift from 6 o'clock in the evening, so she gets time to make the kids tea until midnight every night. Child support, she got a letter from child support, it's gone up £10. Also, she didn't realise that she was only claiming for 1 child, so she's put in for the 2nd child, and she's now gets 146 month with 10 years worth of back payments for child benefit. So she's happy about that. Wait for that one to come through. The childcare has went down to £50 because now Hunter is 16. Basically, she did a deal with the son. But the deal was that she, instead of paying the £250 for the childcare, that she'd then pay him £50 for doing it. And also, the internet, if you can see there, the internet's gone up because he's a gamer, Hunter. So she did a deal that she'd get faster internet. Because remember before, in the first one, she said she didn't have very fast internet. So now she's got faster internet, so now Hunter can download and get his games faster and get better ping. So the phone was £20 for every single person. So for Alice, Hunter and Crystal, so that was £60 a month. But she's managed to get a deal where she pays £35 a month for unlimited data. They're now in SIM-only deals. And she can give them data as a reward or punishment. So if they're good, she'll give them data. and so she's used that as a way to control the kids better, make them behave and stuff. A fuel, she's managed to save £5 on a fuel. She's not going backwards and forwards every month every morning for the childminder. Groceries, she decided to shop at Lidl instead of Tesco's. She shopped around and got £8.50 for a home insurance per month instead of £14.85. She realised she was only renting, so she didn't have to pay the buildings, so she's got contents now. So she made a few mistakes, but no one's perfect, are they? Family insurance, so she's managed to get a discount on that as well by shopping around. Rent, unfortunately, she couldn't change that. The council tax, she couldn't change that. Entertainment and shopping, she's left that the same. Electric, it's the same. Gas, water, they're all the same. So she's realised that she's got loads of extra money now. So she's added on the clothes. She's kept the clothes on. Crystal's riding classes. She suggested that she should cancel them, but apparently Crystal smashed up her room or something. It's going mental. So she really loves the riding lessons. So she's added that back on. Fanny's fortunes. That's pretty much her only social life she's got once a month, where she goes out with her friends, has a couple of glasses of wine, and finds out about her future. And she got Netflix back to keep the kids entertained while she's at work on the night. Well, Hunter plays the games and Crystal watches Netflix on her phone. Right, cool. So now she's worked out all she needs for a 6-month one is just over 9,000, and for a 4-month one, 4,500. She'll get there a lot quicker now. She's made these changes. So she cut back on a few things and shopped around for better deals, and got some better hours, better wages, and now in 5.5 months she's able to get the 3-month one for 4,500. In 10 months she's managed to get 9,000. So there you go. So that's what her emergency. So this is how you find out what your emergency fund needs to be. You basically need to highlight essential expenses and times them. Find out what it is for a month and times it by either 3 or 6. Whether you choose a 3-month one or a 6-month one is entirely up to you. All depending on how secure you think your job is and how much of a cushion you need in case things go wrong. Cool. So hope you enjoyed that part. Any comments about that? Alison, Bob, let me know in the comments. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to go now to when to use your emergency fund. When should you use it? Well, it's for emergencies only. Here are a few examples. If you're made redundant, if you had a surprise bill like car repair, boiler or rent increase, boiler breaks down, you've got to replace it. To pay for illness for yourself or a family member gets ill, you might have to take some time off work, and not everyone gets paid. Not everybody gets sick pay. Things like that. If you've got an unexpected bill of any kind, a death of a partner and funeral costs, so they haven't got life insurance, so you might lose income if they're the main breadwinner. You might have to make other arrangements until you can sort yourself out. It might take a little while. For children, I've just put children because basically anything can happen with kids. Pop on, Mum, I need £200 for a school trip, and oh, brilliant. So you'll have you won't have to disappoint them in that way. I put this one in there as well. Escaping an abusive partner. If you're getting abused by your partner, it's just you can't handle it anymore, and you just want to get away and disappear. You can wait till he's at work, get all your stuff together, order a bloody Uber, and there you go. You can get yourself some temporary accommodation and speak to friends and family, and you've got this extra money as a little buffer. Brilliant. That's a brilliant use for an emergency fund. Pet illness. Your pet gets hit by a car, doesn't die, but it breaks its leg. You have to pay for its leg to get chopped off. Things like that. You go on holiday and you get stranded abroad. Now, lots happened quite a lot recently. You might need extra money for that. And I put on here, remember to top up your fund if you use it. So basically, if you use it for anything, you need to stop doing whatever else you were doing with your money and start reallocating it back towards your emergency fund until it's at the right level. And also, you still, even if it's at the level you're meant to have it at, because of inflation, you should keep topping it up. Not much a month, 10, 20 quid a month, depending. You'd say about 2% of the total worth of it. So and that's over a year. So whatever the 2% of the total worth of it, divide it by 12 and try and top that up into a year just to keep an eye on inflation, because the cost of goods and services obviously go up. So there's millions of examples of when you could use an emergency fund. Is there anything you can let me know in the comments where you've needed an emergency fund but you didn't have one, and if you did, it would make life a lot easier? Anyway, let's move on. Okay, now we're going to other savings and what's next. So once you've got your emergency fund, you could even start making other funds. The emergency fund should always be the first one. So you might want to save for Christmas or a birthday fund. So maybe while you're saving this emergency fund, you might not have as good Christmas as you normally do. You might want to save for your kids for a college fund, save for a holiday fund, new computer fund, a car fund like for driving lessons or for a car. I wouldn't recommend getting a brand new car. They're a depreciating asset. Or saving up for a deposit for a house maybe, or saving for a whole house. Remember, savings is always a good thing, but an emergency fund should come first and should only be used in an emergency. In the next lesson, we will cover ideas to invest to beat inflation and how to make your money work for you. So this is what we covered. What is an emergency fund? Where to park your money? How much is enough? When to use your money? And other savings and what's next. Congratulations, you've now completed part 3 of 7 of the 7 Steps to Financial Freedom and Independence course. The next one, obviously I said there, is going to be Invest to Beat Inflation, and there's some other courses that are going to come after, which it's just going to get better and better really, so just make sure you like and subscribe. Sorry about likes and subscribing. Thank you so much for taking part. It really means a lot to me, just for you watching this and hopefully learning about money, because I never learned about it when I was a kid. I've only learned about it recently. So I've done a lot of research, and this is just something I wish my kids, I hope my kids watch this one day, and I hope young people see this and be able to have a brighter, more free future and being able to do what they want with the rest of their lives. But anyway, any questions and comments, please put them in the comments below, and anything you think that I've missed, put them in there also. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Like the video, because it always helps with the YouTube algorithm if you like the video. Share it with one friend or family member, because the more we share the video, hopefully the more people will see it and it'll get picked by the algorithm again in YouTube. Consider following me on my social media. I've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, all linked in the description below. If you found value in this or you think it was really good, please consider donating if you can afford it only, because without your money this can't be possible. Well, it can be possible, but I can do it more often, and if I can get an income out of this, I will be able to do it as a full-time job, which is my dream, to do YouTube as a full-time job and just to educate and entertain really. So that you'll see all my donation methods in the description below, and I will see you in part 4, how to start investing to beat inflation. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.